So this is the reason why I never film in here, because it's such a mess. Like, over time I've accumulated so many new tools and equipment that this place just turned into chaos. So I'm going to clean it up. I've got some shelves. I have to organize everything. I think there's going to be a little workshop in here. The main workshop will be just outside of this wall where I had the outdoor kitchen, because it's nice to work outside, but when the weather is getting colder and when it's raining a lot, it's better to also have a place inside. And if I leave my tools outside, it's not going to do good with all of the moisture. They're going to rust. But first, take everything out, clean it up, and then organize it.
This is clay, and this is rock, and that's clay. Interesting.
Yeah, it's an interesting floor. So constructionally it's flagstones resting on beams, but it's very irregular, and there's smaller and bigger stones. And they sort of patched it up with clay. It's not concrete, because I have the feeling the better I clean it, the more gaps will appear in between the stones, like you've got over there. So I'm just gonna keep it like this. It's a very dusty floor. But for a workshop, it's fine. %. Yesterday was a lot of rain, so I didn't charge very well. But overall, the system is doing very well. Especially in summer when there's so much light. You know, it's end of June, so no troubles. The inverter is also doing well. It's a cheap inverter. I think it costed like €300. 1500 watts. Only 1500 watts, and we're doing power tools. I have the electric boiler on here, which is already 1200 watts. We're using the big drill, which is I believe 1600 watts. And sometimes when the guy was using it, I had some helpers over, and then I used the saw bench up here when I was doing the platform, the deck. It shut off because it can do like a max of 300 watts peak or something like that, but overall it's rated for 1500. But it's doing well. Sometimes it's overheating. I actually need a bigger one, but yeah, it's doing really well so far. Reason I'm showing is because I've got a new thing, an extension for the electrical system, basically a second group, which I'm gonna try to fit in here, but it's gonna be a lot, I think. Well, let's have a look. Right, nice. Alright, something new. Blue Eddy sent me this to try it out and use on the homestead, and I said yes, because I can use this as a second group in the electrical system. So basically what I have in the battery box now could power one cabin, and this could power the second cabin or the tent area. It's roughly the same as what I have in the battery box, right? It's a 12-volt battery. It has an inverter, so it makes 220 volts or 110 if you're in the US. It has monitoring, so you can check how much you're using and what the state of the battery is via Bluetooth, so on your phone. I don't have that there. It has a charge controller, an MPPT controller, so you can hook up solar panels to this and it charges the batteries. Shore power, you can charge it, you know, for example, if you put it in a van or you use it on a boat, you can hook it up to shore power to charge batteries. You could hook it up to your 12-volt socket in your car to charge it. So the big difference is that it is easy to carry, right? And it's just plug and play. All the wiring, all the connections, all the fuses and safety, it's all in there. But it is roughly the same altogether. So it works great as a separate group, you know. The advantage of that is that if one group fails, you still have a whole system you can rely on, you know, because you're remote and you want to have always electricity. And you know, obviously building something yourself, you know, selecting the batteries, making the cables yourself, selecting all the components and put it together requires some knowledge about electricity and how to do it. It's cheaper, of course, than this, but this is plug and play. And it has the big advantage that you can carry it around. So for example, if I'm gonna have a boat in the future, or I want to use this in a van or in a car, you know, I have to be out in the field and I have to be able to work on my laptop. I need power. I take this with me. It's a bit heavy, about 30 kilos, but it's also a big system. They have smaller ones which are just more suitable for if you're going out for a day or two with the car, because this is 2048 watt hours. The inverter is 2200 watts, if I'm right. Yes, 100 watts USB power, 900 watts solar power, 30 amps outlet. So yeah, you can hook up. It's a bigger system than there if you talk about the inverter, but I have slightly more battery power there. But another difference is that those batteries I have in the battery box are gel batteries, so you can only use them up till 50%, and this is a lithium iron phosphate battery, so you can charge it to zero. You know, it's a more modern and more durable type of battery. Yeah, I think I'm gonna just try it on. Let's see if it works right away. .64, so battery's charged till 64. I want to do a bit more reading in there, but I probably think it's just working right away. Do I have something here? Touch screen. DC is up, you have to turn it on. AC on. There you go. So what you can also do is they have the option to hook up another battery, which is basically the same thing but smaller, this height, and then you can put it underneath it and then hook it up here. They'll send you cables as well, and you can make a tower. So if you need more battery power, you add it to it. Wireless charging as well. Output 15 watts. So I can put my phone on top of this. Yeah, charging. Nice. Okay, this is better than what I have. Looks like it's made for it. USB, 100 watts. So this is great for a laptop, I think. So right now I'm powering the tent and the outdoor kitchen on the Blue Eddy. Charging only with these 4 panels, because I don't have enough cables to get these ones also there. I need to get some extension cables and then try it out, see how it works. For now this is going to be more than fine. For winter I'll probably need a few extra panels if I want to use the fridge and all the things, you know, and also all the power tools. So I always like this room a lot. I had kind of the first imaginations coming here because I couldn't go in the other cabin the first times I came here. So look out of this door, see the beautiful view, and thought it could be a nice antique little sofa here, fireplace over there. And that's why I bought that mantelpiece. I bought it in Amsterdam actually. Just before I arrived here, you might have seen me carrying it around in the first video. I think it's 1930s or something. Not that an open fire is efficient. It's probably the least efficient way to heat a house nowadays, but it would be beautiful. It's nice. Glass door, so it lets the light in. I don't think it needs a roof light in here because you got 3 windows. The tiny window over there. It's interesting how heavy this wood still is after being there for 120 years. I think it's original. It's in the wall, so
Alla fine gli avete dato il tozzo di piano?
Non abbiamo fatto niente.
Avete tirato un filo.
So you have the cows, goats, Chabra,
Sì.
and in summer you go up or here?
Allora, le mucche sono lì
Ah, okay.
e le capre adesso passano
Ah, okay.
e vanno là sotto il ripetitore.
And every day up,
Ogni
down?
giorno, sì, sì,
Ah,
sì, perché sennò c'è il lupo, il wolf,
ah, sì,
e
sì.
mangia tutto. E Fabio, mio figlio.
Oh, Fabio is the boy.
Sì.
Yeah.
Ha tutte le galline. Guarda.
Here we have the cows. Cows, chickens.
Come si dice 100?
100, 200.
100,
100.
100 chicken.
Ah,
The goat? Goat is in there?
dietro.
Let's have a look. So this was the same farmer as I bought the cheese from last week. They have a house in the valley where they live in winter. I wasn't sure if they're living up here. They're here for 2 or 3 months. No, 4 months I think, until September with the goats and the chicken. And I thought they were saying they're traveling up and down every day, but I found it hard to believe because the wolves are coming here, so which is a danger for the goats. But they might have the goats inside, so I think they're here. But with the cows, they travel a lot. Allergies are killing me. I don't know what it is. Grass. Summer's not good for me. But top is there. A little bit more. There's a little tower. Just a little tiny tower up there. I was reading some of the comments on the last video about the kitchen. Most of them are very nice though, thank you. But some of them were commenting that the roof was too small and too light. When it rains and there's a storm, things will get wet. And you're right, it will get wet. But that's the reason why I'm keeping it so light and open and kind of exposed. First of all, the shower doesn't need a roof, I think, because it's not an outdoor shower anymore. It's quite nice to stand in the open and kind of feel the wind and see the tree. This birch tree is just right above the shower, and it's beautiful. You hear the wind through it, and it's about this experience of living outdoors, which is beautiful. And the same here, you know, the sun is coming through the leaves and it shines through this transparent roof. The butterflies are coming in, and it's just on a beautiful day like this, when everything is open and you got the view. It's just really nice experience to cook here and to make a coffee and just hang around. But then there's some bad days as well. Like 2 days ago it rained very hard. It was 62 millimeters in one day. It was a lot of water. And things got wet up until here. I think there must have been some wind as well. So yeah, I do have to build a bit more protection on the bottom of the fridge so it doesn't get too wet. It is covered right there. The roof is going over the fridge on both sides, and for here it doesn't matter. It's this little bottom where the compressor is, it needs to be protected. But things here, you know, it doesn't matter if it gets wet for a day. Of course I can't keep my lens right there. But this is sort of fine. The electricity is behind something and it's sort of covered. So that's okay. And it's okay when things get wet or you need to repair sometimes. You know. It's sort of this, when you're living outdoors, it's this battle between man and nature, which needs to be ongoing. Because if you want to experience the beauty of nature, if you want to be up close and open in nature, if you want to enjoy that, sometimes you have to accept that nature is hitting you back sometimes, right? If you want to be safe and comfortable 100%, you'll stay indoors. You know, but it's a different thing. I really enjoy being outside here. And I realized this the other day when my parents, after they left here, they stayed a few more days in an Airbnb in town, which is a really nice house, clean and comfortable, and it had everything you needed. And I was staying there also for one night, and I had a shower there, you know, and it was this confined space. Just a normal shower, plastic. The only thing we see was plastics, shampoo bottles and tiles and nothing of the natural world. But it was clean, there was no insects, it was protected, you know. But I realized that I enjoy it here more. So yeah, to experience the outdoors you need to have it both sometimes. Sometimes you're fixing up things, sometimes you get into trouble, but most of the time it's just a very rewarding experience. Like the roof goes over the shower just a little bit, so when there's a mild rain it keeps the towels dry. I've got some soap here that stays dry as well because the roof's coming just over it. But one time I was showering while it was raining. It was actually really nice when you got the hot water and the cold water mixing. You know, when it's raining really hard, maybe you should wait a little because you can dry off. But I think it's beautiful, you know. Learning a lot. This is the first time I'm building a stone wall. Starting to understand a few things. Also the reason why they make the walls this big. Because you're able then to make two nice facings and be kind of flexible with the stones. Because now what I'm building here is like this width wide. It's kind of more difficult to puzzle the stones together. Because that's what it is. If you do a dry stone wall, it's all puzzling. Like every stone needs to sit balanced, right? So if it's a little round on the underside, you'll balance it out with very thin, small stones until it's sitting there comfortably. Now I'm using mortar, so I can cheat a little bit and kind of like make it balanced. It's going to be a lot stronger, but I'm trying to make it not visible on the outside, so the mortar is only on the inside. Ah, that's the neighbor, farmer. So now I'm gonna do, I have to build the other one first, so I can do a bar, like I put in a wooden beam to anchor the two pillars. I think it makes it stronger, otherwise it's just gonna be, I don't know, might be a good idea. Yeah, it's not bad for a first time, I think. It's you have to take the time for it. It's a patient job, you know. You have to find stones that have a nice facing on one side and just make it look good. Position it like and find small stones. So the first job is like selecting a lot of stones in all sizes. But yeah, it's nice. All right. So it was a week of cleaning up, organizing. It was really necessary. And I think it's really important too in such a long-term renovation project that you have those stages that are just a week of cleaning up, organizing, looking back, looking forwards, and sort of taking a little rest too. Although I didn't take much rest. My allergies are getting worse. I hope it's going to be okay this summer. But yeah, it's nice. I'm excited to start on the roof. I got the scaffolding pipes here and we're trying to setting it up. I got a little bit more help. And yeah, looking forward to it.